Back for Hops and Horses episode 4. Jake, welcome.
Man, is it already episode 4?
Episode 4, yeah. So,
Man, this
you
thing's
know,
flying by like Star Wars.
we got some good fans that love the episodes. Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, we are changing the technology slightly. You'll see today, hopefully it goes better. We're going to talk a little bit about last week. You want to make any comments about the races last week, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we nailed the suburban winner without really nailing the suburban winner. I
Yeah.
mean, your sheet had him as a spot play, had him as the plus horse, max player. I think it winds up that Travers last year was a little bit better than we thought it was. That race was a little better for him than we thought it was. It looked
Also,
like he didn't really
his
care
Pimlico
for
special,
Pimlico.
his Pimlico special recently was better. He was 4 wide
Yeah.
around both turns. So yeah, he won 11-1. It was a sloppy track. I barely touched the race, honestly. I did, however, hit Cece in the Princess Rooney Stakes, and I think she was over 3-1.
Yeah,
And that was
that was a good one.
yeah. So CC nailed that.
I think
Basically nailed Max Player, but I didn't bet on it.
yeah, I think one of the races down there at Gulfstream we had, I mean, a little chalky, but we had the top three horses. I think maybe we just had them reversed. So
Oh yeah, that was in the Smile, right?
yeah,
But we nailed, or at least I nailed, the Princess Rooney and definitely the sheet
hmm
spot play and 11-1 winner Max Player. So all right, well let's talk about our beverage this week. First of all, I'm going to focus on me here. Um, see if this works. Yeah, it works. All right,
I might have some of my beverage while you're describing yours.
okay, you have some of that bourbon. We'll talk about your bourbon. This is called Clown Shoes. Okay, they got these
Clown
awesome.
shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you say clown shit?
Clown shoes. Clown
Clown
shoes.
shoes. Okay.
This is
Okay.
called Undead Party Crashers. They're big into the zombies, and these guys are from Boston. This is the kind of brewery you can find this around. You can find this in any craft beer store.
Hmm.
This has some distribution. Okay,
Not just the underground,
no,
or
not like my Tufts guys 5 minutes down the
dark
street.
web or black market.
No, this is
No.
solid. 9% alcohol, 16-ounce can. Wonderful, wonderful stout. That's what they're known for. Let me show you what this thing looks like.
Yeah. Tell me, I don't drink a lot of beer. The stout. What's the? Oh, okay. It's like 10W40. I see.
No, it's beautiful. It's chocolate. It's caramels. It's coffee.
Mm.
Let
Oh,
me take a little sip of this.
okay. I might have to try some of that.
Oh man, that's good. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Now let's switch to you. What are you drinking?
Yeah. No.
What are you drinking?
I'm so after 2 weeks of relatively unsuccessful search for a gluten-free beer, I had to go back to the old Bullet bourbon. Aged 10 years, we'll call it 20, but it's good stuff. You can't beat it.
Well, listen,
And
bourbon does start off as beer,
mm,
and then of course, they distill it into the alcohol. So technically, it did start as a beer at one point.
wow, there you go.
A corn
Learn something
beer.
new every day.
Yeah, it's a corn beer, but it's still a beer. All right. Anyway, we got great beers, and we are ready to tackle Belmont Derby and Belmont Oaks Day. And we're going to
hmm
start off with the Belmont Oaks. We're going to start off the PPs, and we're going to look at my sheet. And I'll let you start first. Who do you like?
Let me see here. Let me go to the. Can you see? Looks like I'm sharing the
Yeah.
PPs this week.
Yeah.
You got me over there. You can see. You guys can see this.
Yep.
Okay. So Belmont Oaks, a mile and a quarter on the turf. Grade one race
Mm-hmm.
for these 3-year-old fillies. Um, I'll start with a very short caveat here, which is you have like 100 times the experience that I have handicapping European horses.
Yeah.
Right. So I have absolutely, I got zero experience handicapping these horses. I mean, I know I can see the purse here. I can see, for this, this horse, this two horse here, Serona. I can see this is $1 million race. It's a Group 1. But when it comes to handicapping, these European horses, man, I'm lost, and I'm gonna try to pick an American horse every time.
Okay.
I think this one horse, Con Lima, is a good filly. Obviously she's done a lot of running for a 3-year-old filly. She's got a lot of races here. She's already run 6 times in 2021. It looks like. I went and I watched this Wonder again, and it was a good race. I thought it was unfortunate that, as you can see here, with the missing fractions, I think they had a clock issue.
Okay.
Because they had the horses going really slow early. And so this horse, Con Lima, had just, Pratt put her in just a perfect spot. And she kind of cut loose when they came around the turn, and won the race. I thought it was a really good race. It was 1 1/8 at Belmont. This is 1 1/4. The horse that I'm going to take in this race is the 7 horse Plum Ali, who is the horse that ran second to that horse in that last start. Rosario took this horse back. She broke out of the far outside post position. That 1 1/8 on the turf at Belmont, they kind of start, almost they start on the turn. She started from the far outside post. She had a good trip. It wasn't one of those races where, people got banged around really. She just, she came wide out of the gate. Got a pretty good trip, but Rosario took her back. And you can see here, from the top of the stretch to the finish, this horse has a serious closing kick. She was really picking them up. Just every stride she was passing another horse, it seemed like. Stretching out today, she's getting another 8th. They're going 1 1/4. She's second off of this little layoff. Just had a really nice work here. Clement, Rosario, it's a lot of horses that can win this race. Any of these Euros probably can. I feel like this girl is sitting on a big race, and so that's my pick. I'm hoping maybe to get 3 or 4 to 1. If you could get 4 to 1 on that horse, I think you're doing pretty well.
So before I talk about mine, just a couple comments on your picks. Those are my 2 favorite Americans. My favorite Americans that won, if you could scroll back up, Con Lima. And the issue I have with both Americans is they're trying 10 furlongs for the first time. But I feel like Con Lima has got a little bit better 10 furlong pedigree with commissioner to Constitution, and is going to be fairly well positioned early. Where, like you said, Plum Ali is going to be coming from further back, and Plum Ali is at a First Samurai. So anyway, bottom line, those are the top Americans. I kind of agree. And of the 2 of them that you mentioned, I like Con Lima best. The horse that, before I give you my pick, scroll to the Ryan Moore, Aidan O'Brien horse. I think it's the 4 or the 5. The 5.
Yeah,
okay.
This horse is even money morning line.
So obviously this horse is good, but no way this horse should be even money. And I don't know if he'll go off at even money or not. He might, but obviously they don't. They're giving him, he got back to the good track, going 1 1/4, and he ran a huge race in a Grade 1. And before that, he kind of ran crappy, was fifth, despite being
Yeah.
short odds, but that was on a
What I
soft track.
noticed, what I saw when I looked at this horse was, this race here at Newmarket. This is a $500,000 Group One.
Mm-hmm.
She got beat a length and a quarter. And this Mother Earth, that horse.
Yeah.
This Mother Earth, that's the horse that came over here and I think ran second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf.
Did.
I think that's a pretty serious horse.
Yep, it is. So I think this horse is good, but is an underlaid even money. The horse I like is the 2, Serona. Now let me tell you why I love this horse. First of all, 12-1 morning line. I don't think we'll get that at all. But I think this is another horse that wants good ground. If you notice 3 back going a mile, the horse won on good ground. And then twice on soft ground, has run pretty well. French horse. Prix de Diane, grade 1, is a $1.2 million race. Horse lost by 3.5 lengths, okay, in a field of 17. So split a very tough field, only got beat 3.25 lengths. Now gets back on the ground we want. And the thing with these Euros is they are proven at 10 furlongs. And I think that the no Lasix is an advantage to Euros. So I think Serona or Santa Barbara is going to win. And Serona is 12 times the price. You want to switch to my chart for a second?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So there you got Serona on top. Serona gets the S spot play, A+ grade. There's the 1 and 7 we talked about, Plum Ali and Cone Lima. Cone Lima gets the A grade. I like Cone Lima a little bit better. Santa Barbara gets downgraded. Now, if you look at Santa Barbara, over there in the rank column, you see the 2 and the 2. That's PFDS odds and best odds. So that horse ranks second behind Serona, but then gets dropped in the sheet down to 4th because of the jockey and trainer scores, which are kind of irrelevant, okay? The -1, -2, obviously Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore are phenomenal jock and trainer, but they don't get any stats in Bristnet. So it's a false drop. That horse probably should be sitting number 2 in the sheet, and Serona is still the clear value play. So yeah, I'm going Serona. I mean, I love Serona. Get an American jock, and
I was just about to say, Jose Lizcano is, in my mind, such an underrated jockey.
Yeah.
I mean, especially on the turf, especially at Belmont.
Yep.
So I love the fact that they bring this filly over here and Lizcano jumps on the horse. I mean, that's. He's game. He's a game rider, and you're going to get everything. He's going to get everything he can get out of that horse.
Yeah. Now, I am hearing reports that it might be yielding ground. So my opinion on yielding ground, I'm no expert on it by any means. First of all, these horses, Santa Barbara and Serona, have some experience on yielding ground. And in general, I think it favors horses with more stamina. It's a little more tiring, so it makes the race seem harder. I don't think it favors speed or late closers. I just think it favors horses that can run longer. I think Cone Lima can run long. I like Cone Lima underneath those 3. And like you said, Plum Ali is going to be closing very, very strongly. We probably got the trifecta in those 4 horses.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go to, let's switch gears and go to the Belmont Derby.
Okay. Jump back over here and go to...
There you go.
Race 9.
I'll let you start it off.
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, same caveat that I had in the race before. I mean, you got O'Brien sending another one over here that's 7-5 on the morning line. I mean, I really don't know what to make of this horse other than the fact that, this one really appears to like this 1.25 miles. I don't know how strong these races are. I see the Group 3s. The purse doesn't really look very impressive, but I mean, these look like impressive races. Um, I thought this race, I thought the Belmont Oaks was a little more competitive as far as the non-European horses. Um, I thought this race maybe wasn't as competitive,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really find a lot that I liked about the shorter price horses. The horse that I'm going to go with, that I'm going to pick in this race, is actually this 4-horse Sainthood that was on the Derby Trail.
Yeah.
So I went back and I watched this Jeff Ruby Stakes, and I didn't remember watching that race before the Derby. But, I was interested to watch because, I mean, obviously this is a turf race that we're handicapping today. And, that race is on the all-weather. You can see they tried to get the horse last out on the turf, and it rained off the turf. The Jeff Ruby was a really interesting race. If you look at the the comments over here, it just says problematic trip, which I think is probably an understatement. This horse was basically coming off the turn, gearing up to completely annihilate this field, and got shut off. The jock stood completely up out of the saddle, and the horse slowed down almost to a gallop. It's a situation that you think, okay, this horse is getting ready to run dead last. He yanks the horse's head to the right and straightens out into the turf, and as you can see, makes this move right here. And it just, I feel like this horse was getting ready to run a number in this race that would make him not 10-1 in here. These speed figures, 98, 93, I mean, these are pretty serious numbers. If this horse takes to the conventional turf.
Uh-oh, we lost some sound.
There?
Okay, we're back.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this one. Brisnet obviously likes him. That's my pick at a price. I'm going Rosario again.
Let me jump in there. So he's probably my top American as well. And obviously the concerns are a few. One is he's never done turf, although he's bred to like it. And he liked the all-weather, which suggests he likes the turf.
Right.
That was
also the slop.
Yeah, and then he ran great in the slop. And he beat let's be honest, that was a very, very weak field in the Jeff Ruby. And he's taking a huge step up today. And when he ran on the dirt in the Kentucky Derby, I actually liked this horse because he had good dirt for him. Boy, he really did not finish very well in that Derby. But I don't know. Anyway, I think he is the top American. Before I go on to my pick, I just wanted to make a couple points. Du jour, which we got up there. That is first time Belmont, formerly Baffert. It's owned by Natalie Baffert, if you see the owner. Baffert is not a turf trainer, as you well know. Won the American turf, and might be legit. Okay, now the only concern I have with him is Mott coming off a 2-month layoff. So and does this horse really want to go 10 furlongs? Then looking at Hard Love, which you have up.
Right.
Hard Love, again, 3 out of 4, now taking a huge step up in class. And 5-2 is absolutely ridiculous. But this horse actually has some speed figures that are interesting, but taking a huge step up. Now, we talked about, what's the horse's name? The Ryan Morris horse? Bolshoi Ballet. I mean, this horse is very good, and certainly warrants favoritism. But I'm going to go with the other Euro again. I'm going with Tokyo Gold. Now, Tokyo Gold coming in from an Italian grade 2. You don't see that every day. 14,
Yeah.
14 horses on good ground and 1x4 lengths. And that was going this distance. I think it's a mile and what, 3/8?
Yeah, ish, yeah.
Yeah. So a little longer than a mile and a quarter. Dominant effort. Great breeding. And, off that effort, I give this horse a shot. I do think the Ryan Moore, Aidan O'Brien horse is totally legit. And I got no knocks against your pick, probably the best American. Let's go and flip over to my sheet.
Okay.
So there you go. Tokyo Gold on top with the spot play A+. Bolshoi Ballet should probably be second on the sheet. Gets demoted because of jockey and trainer. There's your Sainthood. Ton of value. A horse makes complete sense. We talked about Du Jour, the Mott horse from Baffert. Again, Hard Love, stepping way up in class, but the speed figures indicate maybe he can handle it. But it looks like a huge underlay to me. I'm not touching that horse at 5-2. I think this is basically one of the Euros is going to win. I think your Sainthood has a legitimate chance to run huge.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's cool to see the these kind of prices up here at the top.
Yeah.
On your sheet. I mean, that's this is what I would call a really great opportunity to pound a daily double.
Yeah.
Maybe the race before or the race after. I mean, if you look, we didn't plan to talk about this race, but you got some horses in your sheet up here. In the Victory Gallop, you got some prices up here too.
Yeah.
So this is a 3-race sequence.
Yep.
That could this pick 3 could really pop here.
I got 3 spot plays at 8-1 or higher. One's 12-1, one's 15-1.
Yeah.
If one of those 3 can win, it's going to cause that pick 3 to explode. All righty.
That's a great sequence.
Let me go back to a different video view here. All right, so wrapping up, Belmont Derby, Belmont Oaks, going to be fun. Hopefully the track is in decent condition.
Yeah.
And Jake, appreciate your time. And we'll see everyone next week for Hops and Horses episode 5.
All right. Haskell.
Oh, it's a Haskell. That's right.
That's right.